When I was first diagnosed with diabetes, I didn't realize just how much it would change my life. Having to monitor blood sugars, worrying whether it was low or high, and putting myself in a situation where if I passed out or became confused from a low blood sugar was a life-threatening emergency that had to be dealt with. If no one knew I had diabetes, it could be tragic. It could be something I wouldn't be able to talk about it.
I woke up one morning and looked for my wife Susan, and she wasn't in bed, and so I yelled out, "Hey Sue, are you okay?" I didn't hear anything, so I got up and I walked over into the living room, and I saw she was sitting at the dining room table staring into space. And I said, "Sue, good morning, are you okay?" And she just kept staring into space, catatonic. I realized what was happening. She was having a blood sugar attack. And so I went over to the refrigerator and I got a glass of orange juice for her. And I walked over to her and said, "Sue, you need to drink this." And she still was staring into space. And I realized that I had to force her to drink the orange juice, which I did. And 5 minutes later, she came to and she shuddered and she said, where am I? I said, you're home, you're okay, everything's good. You had a low blood sugar attack, but you're okay. And then I thought to myself, I gotta do something about this. And then I realized, I'm an engineer with 30 years of experience manufacturing, designing things.
I was working here in our lab one day and Mark called in, as he does on occasion. We've kept up with each other for over 15 years and have actually executed several product development projects together during that period of time. He indicated that he has a concept for a sensor that can be actually measuring blood sugar levels. That would be a non-invasive glucometer.
For years now, over 20 years, I've been working with the United States government developing sensor systems that could detect chemical and biological agents. And in this work, I have come to understand that there is sensor technology that can measure blood glucose and can measure it without being obtrusive, without having to make an injection or have something implanted into you. And the way that you do that is through a phenomena known as dielectric spectroscopy, a technique that allows you to measure the blood glucose directly. However, past efforts to use that technology have failed, primarily because they are basically just a one analyte system. What we propose to do is to build a sensor array that would have different analytes like sweat, pH, and a bunch of other things that are known to have a relationship with the blood glucose levels, and be able to calibrate the system real time, so that instead of having accuracies in 30% range, which what the old devices that have been tried in the past and have failed, we now can increase the accuracy to 99.999%, and that makes it practical and realistic to be able to use.
This silver rectangle is the Flexion battery, and it's so named because it is thin and flexible. It fits within a credit card form factor and survives bending and flexing and all the other physical attributes required for a credit card. Mark and I collaborated in 2002 and 2003 in a program to create these flexible cards and embed them in other electronic devices. So we have a rich history of marrying advanced electronics and power sources in thin, flexible form factors.
What enables this is this. Basically, your cell phone will have an app in it which will actually talk to your patch and tell you real time, hey, you're getting a low blood sugar attack, do something about it. Or watch your high blood sugar, you need to do something about that. If you ignore the alert, then the phone will basically call the relative or the doctor and say, hey, I think I'm having a blood sugar incident. Please check on me and make sure I'm okay. We know that we can make a non-obtrusive glucose sentry system that will work in a patch or a wristband type platform. We know it's possible and we can do it.
We have demonstrated our capabilities of developing advanced technology products in the past. You see in the background of our movie that we have a fully equipped product and technology development laboratory. We're the basic elements of your startup team, and we need your help so we can get this project rolling.
This is all very doable, and the technology's there, just a matter of doing it. It's an engineering problem, and I'm a systems engineer, and that's what I do, solve these types of problems.